Welcome back, friends. So we get a question quite a lot. Do you have any experience with some of these smokeless fire pits? And yes, we do. We're going to talk about them today. There's pros and cons to them. Stay tuned. Alright guys, the first thing I want to do is make sure you guys understand we bought this with our own money. Solo did not send us one of these, and we chose the Ranger size. We chose the Ranger because it fits easily in our pass-through storage. The other one is a good bit bigger. It's about 5 inches more in diameter. But there's a big problem with this stove. And if you know how these work, and this is one of the cons of these stoves, the smokeless feature, and by the way, it's mostly smokeless. Let me make that clear. None of them are all the way smokeless, but that's mostly smokeless. But to get that to work, you have to have well-seasoned firewood, which most of the time you can find that easily. But you also, the firewood needs to stay underneath this top ring here of holes. That is a huge problem. I've got a normal size piece of firewood here, and you can see there's no way that that's going to stick. That's going to fall within those parameters. So when we use normal firewood, this is not a smokeless fire pit. It smokes just about as much as anything else. Eventually, once everything burns down and falls underneath those vent holes, those recirculation holes, yes, it becomes smokeless, mostly smokeless. But until then, it smokes about as much as regular fire. The only remedy to this is would be to take regular firewood and cut it in half, and I'm just not going to do that. All right, obviously a fix to the firewood issue is to get a bigger and bigger fire pit, but then it's hard for us to store. So they make a Yukon size, which would be like a 27-inch diameter. That's the largest they make. And then the one that's probably the most popular is the Bonfire, and it's about another 5 inches diameter, but I'm still not sure if this piece of wood would fit all the way in there. So it's hard to say, but that's the rules you have to follow. Well-seasoned wood, and wood that will fit underneath those vent holes, those recirculation holes. Then it's going to make it mostly smokeless. Until then, it's always going to smoke. What I want to show you is what they look like after they've been used for a while. So they look fancy and cute on the website when you're buying them, and they're beautiful when they come new. But very quickly, within the first fire or two, they kind of lose some appeal a little bit. And I'm a little disappointed in this one because I've got a little rust in here. You can see some rust popping up right there. They're supposed to be an all stainless steel construction, but I'm not so sure how long this bottom plate's gonna last. We'll see. We've had this one about 6 months, and yeah, this is just what they look like after some use. You can see that even the outside part doesn't keep that nice stainless steel glow. It discolors a little bit, really after the first fire. All right guys, I'm gonna fire this thing up and show you how it works with regular firewood. To get today's fire started, Pull Start Fire sent us a couple of fire starters, and I've been very impressed with them. They are a little on the pricey side. I'll link them in the description box below, but they work like a champ. I'll show you that right there. And yeah, basically it has a red side and a green side. You tie the wood to the green side so it doesn't move, and then you pull the red one and it lights up and it gets really hot really quick, and they burn 30 minutes. So yeah, we're going to start with this. It comes in a nice waterproof wrapping. And so yeah, we'll start it with this, and I'll get it fired up and show you how it works. All right, all you do literally is just pull this red cord. Sucker gets hot. right, guys, so we just got the fire started, and let me say, obviously it's not smokeless, right? But it's always gonna, all of them will do that at the beginning. So when you first start your fire, it's always gonna smoke like this until it gets good and hot. It needs to get good and hot so it can start that recirculation process the way it's designed to do. Now, obviously today, the wood's sticking way out. This is just normal firewood, so this is probably what you're gonna be dealing with if you buy the Ranger size, and maybe the bonfire size too. Smoke follows beauty, right? So keep that in mind. Now, one remedy is you can cut all your firewood in half, and but I'm just not gonna, like I said, I'm just not gonna do that. So I'm just showing you how it works with normal firewood. All right, guys, it's rocking and rolling pretty good now. It's gotten nice and hot. It's starting to recirculate some, and you can see there's some smoke, but it does okay. Do I think it's better than an old wheel from a truck? Yeah, it's probably better than that. And obviously it's much more portable. It fits in our front pass-through, which we really like. So there's some pros and cons to it. I just looked on Amazon. They're going for $269. Are they worth it? I'll let you decide that, okay? But we just thought we would show you this one with normal firewood. Now, right now it's actually doing pretty good with normal firewood. If you could get the firewood, like I said, to stay all inside the fire pit, it even does better. So I hope this was a good review for you guys. I hope this answers your questions on the smokeless fire pit. And if it's right for you, you can find a link below. Have a good one, guys. See ya.